We're back out in the shop. We're going to make some progress at getting the new orange vise loaded in the machine and check out how flat it is. You know, we'll get it just squared in and give it a good check out. Then we're going to make some parts. So here's the orange vise. You've seen in a previous video that I got the set screws in this guy. What I also did was I put the dowel pins in this, which locks it into place. Something I forgot. At least it's not covered in the instructions, but sure looks like dowel pins go in this in the fixed side of the vise. So I got that done, and the next thing we're going to do is coat the table with some LPS number 3. Yeah, I've got it pretty squared up. These hold-on clamps are pretty nice. They don't really move the vise when you tighten them down. Vise jaws are pretty square, a little bit of flare at the very edge, but pretty square. Now what we want to do is check the bed here of the vise, make sure that's pretty square. Adjust the camera a little bit. Right on 0. Right on the money. Okay, the vise is squared. I've got some parallels in, and the part is clamped down. And now we're going to go ahead and change to a drill, find the center of the part in X and Y. Go ahead and surface the top, set the Z, and send the program just like we've done in many videos before. And let's make a part on our new orange vise. Okay, like I said, we found X, Y, and Z, made a little cut, and then moved down, well, like 2 thou, just so it'll clean all that up. I've got about 35 thou clearance between my vise jaw, which is soft, and the top of the part, so plenty of clearance. I'm only cutting down to just past a 1/4 inch. And then we'll flip the part and we'll do the other side. So, got the part programmed. The program is loaded in. And tested the coolant, make sure we've got enough coolant, and we're ready to go. Okay, the part's all cut. Okay, so the first side is done. This is an axle block cover for an older hardtail Matt Hotch bike. So what we need to do is cut this side now, and this is the side that shows. So all we're going to do is clamp on this 80 thou thick step right here in the vise, and then I'll use this gauge pin, which is a very precise fit on this hole right here. Very precise fit. And I will locate this gauge pin, and that will become my 0 for X and Y. Okay, like I said, we'll sweep this pin and make sure we're centered on that. Looks like I'm easily within a thou. Okay, once I'm there, I'm just going to I know this isn't the way most people do it, it's the way I do it. It works for me. I don't have multiple setups usually, so G54, G55, that doesn't really work for me that well. So set that to 0. So there they are, out of the vise. Finished parts. Top surface is going to be polished, so any kind of machining marks, they're going to sand out, and then hit it on a buffer with a polisher. The screw, I don't know what thread that is, so I don't know if what I should do, cut it to 90 degrees or 82 degrees, you know. So when I find that out, I'll just do that by hand. And there we go. First part off the new orange vise. Part number 2 is going in. So we ran a 3/8 3-flute to start roughing this guy out, and we'll just keep going down with smaller and smaller bits, and we're going to finish with some ball work on some rounded corners on all of this stuff. Okay, these guys are done with the first setup. Okay, real quick, down and dirty. Got a base plate. Cut the sides parallel so it'll clamp in nicely. Located this on here with a couple of clamps and swept across this back side until I got it square. And then picked up the back 2 corners, and that was my 0. And hand drilled with a pistol drill 4 holes and some bolts and washers to hold this thing down so I can cut it free. So now the clamps, now that's all bolted down, the clamps can come out. And we're ready for programs. Okay, all done. Now we just pull them off and deburr them just a little bit. My tool's just a little too close to this to be able to deburr that. We'll do that by hand. In case you're wondering what this bracket was for, here we go. Turned out pretty well. Still need a little bit of deburring, but yeah. What's it for? I don't have a keyboard holder. So this is going right there. One for each side. Symmetrical pairs. So that was my day. Multiple parts, a lot of programming, and I finished everything in one day. So good day in the machine shop. And we got to test out for the very first time our fancy new orange vise. Works really good. Nice piece of equipment.